In 2001, you went back to WWF after WCW sold, and you were the co-owner with Vince. And I know that you said before that it wasn't you didn't feel like you were ready to have that match with Vince. At the
no, God, I know.
Fans love that match.
They promised on their word. They said you're never going to have to wrestle again. So I said, okay. I was in there a month. But anything about wrestling Vince? I said no. You know, I lost my self-confidence. I started having self-confidence issues back with Jim Herd, which every time I got around a situation I was uncomfortable with, instead of just being me and relaxing and enjoying it, I just had a hard time. You're getting older. Well, shit, okay. Because I'm older doesn't mean you can perform better than me. That makes sense? Age was just a number, but that triggered a lot of self-confidence issues for me.
But fans love that match, and you don't want to.
Yeah, but I look back at it, it was terrible, but way too hesitant. I mean, I just didn't have it mentally. I got it back again, and actually, the guy that got me back up and running, I'm using his name a lot, was Taker at 2000.
WrestleMania 18, yeah.
WrestleMania 18 in Toronto. That match was what got me clicking again. And I was, 56 years old then. So, no, that was 2004. I was like 54 years old. So it was a phenomenal deal for me. And getting to wrestle Undertaker, one of the 3 or 4 top matches. That's when Hulk wrestled The Rock. And it was a huge deal for me. And once I got in the ring and we got going, he said to me, I missed the flip, and he backed me up in the corner. He said, this is him. I'm like 20 years older than he is, right? He said, let's get this one right, kid. Threw me in again. Once I hit the floor and went whack with my head, I was good. If I was bleeding, I felt real good about it. Then I had control of the match.
But did you not say in an interview that Taker wanted to work with you? That was something he'd asked to do.
No, well, he went to Hunter and said, do you think I would do it? And I said, would I do it? Yeah, but I don't think I'm ready for it. That was the way it went down. But he really didn't have an opponent, and I was honored that he asked me, or I asked Hunter if I thought that would be a good opponent. But, you can't imagine the anxiety that brought, right up to going into it. You can talk about it and go through all it. The whole program leading to it was great and a lot of fun, but that really got me over the hump and got me back. Remember, I walked back to the curtain and Jack Lanza was a road agent. He said, God, you did it, you old son of a bitch. So I did that just went, wow, God, I finally got it back.
And I guess one of the other things that maybe got your confidence back and helped was the partnership with Triple H that would eventually lead to Evolution.
Oh, yeah, the Evolution and all that, yeah.
I mean, because I remember the Raw that you guys did where you kind of pretended you were maybe going to go become a good guy. He was a bad guy. You had that main event on Raw.
Yeah.
Which people just went crazy for. Again, I think it was in North Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina. And was that another thing for you?
I just got to that day, they said, you're wrestling Hunter. I wasn't ready again. Once again, self-confidence issues. But once I got in the ring, it worked out, and all the guys were there and came out, Austin and everybody, and it's really like for me at the end of the day, it's not about who made the most money or who. It's about being able to know that the guys around you respect you for your hard work or because you weren't hard to do business with, and I was just always appreciative. And I just needed the opportunity, and sometimes that wasn't there, but 99% of the time it was.